This is Amber Bell from Cal Business Solutions. Today's topic is using Microsoft Dynamics GP for the first time and how to clean up the Microsoft Dynamics GP homepage. We have a new user that has been set up for the system and they've never logged in. Make sure that they have their user ID and their password. Both are case sensitive. As soon as they put in their user ID and their password and click OK, GP will launch. After it launches, it's going to ask the user to select a homepage role. Your user can pick their industry that they're working in. Let's say you're in a manufacturing company. And let's say this person is an accounts payable person, but they make a mistake. We're going to have them pick receivable. If they pick receivable, there's really nothing that comes up on the screen because their security I set them as is to only get payables. So if they realize they made a mistake, they can actually click Customize this page, change role. You'll get an alert that it's going to make some changes. And we're going to go ahead and switch them to be an accounts payable. As soon as I click that, let this run. Now I can see that there are actually some reminders that came up and some shortcuts. Now, if you look at those reminders or you look at those shortcuts or you look at the home page in general and there's just a lot going on and you want to simplify or change, you can do that. So first thing is, let's take a look at everything that's on the home page. If I scroll all the way down, I also have some reports that I could add. So I have a lot of parts that come up on this home page. Now, if you have a user or you're a user who doesn't like a lot to show when you first log in, I've had some customers that come in and actually turn the whole thing off. And they have a blank home page. They simply did that by clicking Customize this page and turning everything off. Now, I don't recommend turning everything off, but let's turn a couple parts on that I really like. I like the to-do, the quick links, and I'm going to also turn on the My Reports for right now. You'll see that once I do that, it simplified the screen already. We don't have a lot of extra things coming up. If Microsoft gave us some quick links or shortcuts that we don't want to use, we can turn those off. Now I want to show you what those actually do. They actually jump right to the screen. So here I'm in vendor maintenance, I'm in a check window, I'm in payables transaction, all with one click. Now if my job does not include doing the check run, or perhaps we don't use the select checks feature to do the check run, we're going to go ahead and change it. I can go back and click Customize this page, or I can even click a little pencil that pops up as I mouse over each section. We're going to go ahead and take off Select Payables Checks, and up here hit Delete. Now, if I wanted to add something else, I could simply click Add, and I can add a GP window, a GP navigation list, a web page, or an external programmer file. Let's add a web page, and we're going to put the Cal website because I like to get tips. So we're going to go www.cals and put in our website, and I'll go ahead and click OK here. If I want, I can actually even add a file. Go down to External Programs or File, and I would browse and attach just like I would with a normal email. We're going to go ahead and close this screen and hit Save. Now right now I don't see the changes. We're going to hit Refresh, and you'll see now I have Cal Tips. And that would even launch right to the website and right to our tips and tricks. Nice way to get that. Now, if there's something in there that are part of the reminders and you don't want those, you can come over and hit the little pencil again, or even the hyperlink that says New Reminders. And you could say, well, I don't care about overdue invoices. We don't really use discounts. I don't care about who's on hold. I don't care about receivables. So you can kind of change those up. Click OK and refresh, and now we're down to just payables. Now these link right from here right into running SmartList, which we have a lot of videos and a lot of tips on our website for running SmartLists. So from our home page you get information like that. If you see a task that says Customer Experience Improvement Program, you can turn that task off by clicking on there, reading whether or not you want to participate. We'll go ahead and on mine I'll say yes. This just helps Microsoft know how fast it's running and make it run a little quicker for next versions. But if your internal policy is to not allow that type of thing, you can click I don't want to join. And then just mark it as completed. And again, I just cleaned up another thing off of my homepage. Now we do have tips and tricks on creating tasks and reminders, but what I wanted to do is show you how you could turn different things off. I could make one side bigger, and I can actually even change the layout here. I can make it into 1 column, 3 columns. Maybe I'll try that one out and move this over. And now instead of having it in 1 column, I can move those around. Now, also, my user has only access to really doing payables. You'll see my security doesn't show anything in sales. I don't have anything really in HR and payroll. But out of the box, my user has all of the little drop downs. They can click here, or they can just right-click right over this toolbar and go to Navigation Pane Options. And I don't do financial, I don't do sales, I don't do administration. I do some inventory because I look at things for POs, perhaps. I don't do anything here, and I don't need that. So now I've got this down to just the windows I want to see, and I can move this over. Now I've got a window for purchasing and a window for inventory. Now looking at that, oh, you know what? No, I don't do inventory. I made a mistake, so we're going to go ahead and make one more change. Maybe my old system I did inventory, now I won't. Go ahead and make a change. Now under inventory, I don't have any security to make any changes in the routines or setup. So under that section, I can even turn those off. Setup, utilities, routines. And again, I'm just simplifying it down to the windows I really need to see. And go back to my home. So there's a lot you can do to make your navigation easier. We have other tips and tricks on customizing the toolbar across the top. We have tips on making the navigation pane easier. But hopefully this helps you see a way to make your homepage and the individual area pages easier to use. For more great Microsoft Dynamics GP tips, visit www.calzone.com/tips and sign up for our e-newsletter.